numbers.
Yes.
To call out the hypocrisy of the USA.
Yes.
For over 30 years, America has been funding a ruthless dictator.
Yes. A killer.
Called Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
Yes.
As concerned Ugandans.
Yes.
Who have been oppressed.
Yes.
Repressed.
Yes.
And suppressed.
Yes.
By this junta in Uganda.
Yes.
We are saying enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
To the hypocrisy of America.
Yes.
As Ugandans, we demand democracy.
Yes.
Not hypocrisy.
Yes.
The foreign policy of America in Uganda has failed.
Yes.
So we demand America to change their failed foreign policy.
Yes.
The US cannot look on when Museveni and his army are killing us on a daily basis.
Yes.
It is time for business as usual to end.
Yes.
So as Ugandans, we want democracy.
Yes.
Liberty. Justice. Freedom. And equality. For each and every one. Not tyranny.
The opposition were lucky because 10 million of my people did not turn up. They would have been embarrassed badly. Because you see, we got 8 million votes about, but remember, we have got, when we reviewed the membership on the 6th of May, you remember we had 21 million members and 18 million of them are voters. But we are now talking of 8 million who turned up. So the opposition, and many of them who did not turn up are our members. 10 million of them did not turn up. So we must find out why. Why the 10 million? Me, I have some reasons which I will discuss with SEC. So the opposition are lucky, because if all our members turn up, there will be no opposition in Uganda, I can assure you. This is because you are beginning to go back a bit to the principles of the NRM. Because if you remember, those who are old enough, if they remember the elections of 1996, people were not willing to listen to any story from the opposition, from Semugeri. They said, Semugeri, please, don't disturb us. And he had no impact in many parts of the country. Because that time we had dealt with the major needs of the people. That time, the major needs were, number one, a disciplined army, which would not kill people, no extrajudicial killings. People are very, very happy with that. Amaje agaringa ababikira. That's what they used to sing. They would sing an army which is like nuns, soft. That was number one.
I highly discourage anybody looking at 2026. This country needs to be saved now. Not wait that 2026, first of all, 2026 is not going to cause any change. It is a timeline created by Mr. Museveni for his own purposes. We must create our own timeline to save ourselves.
Okay.
And I would like that timeline to be ahead of 2026.
Okay.
I'm talking quietly with different people to really have our own roadmap that can free this country.
Okay.
Yes, they will attack some people, they may kill some of us, but the country will eventually be free. And certainly we shouldn't fear death. Everybody eventually will die. Instead of dying of malaria because you can't find treatment, you'd rather die trying to free yourself and get treatment. So, and especially as I have said a little while earlier, the biggest call I make to all of you is to the young people. I really fear for your future. And the earlier you wake up, the earlier you organize and take action to cause a revolution in this country, the better for all of us. Okay. The revolution now, not tomorrow, revolution now. And I am ready to go to court 1,000 times, charged with incitement. If this is incitement, I don't mind. We shall argue the cases, but we need a revolution in our country. Fighting a dictatorship, an entrenched dictatorship, military dictatorship like we have been doing, is not an easy task at all. Let no one deceive you. You know, again, our foolish Ugandans, I've heard some say, you know, Best Joyo, Alimba, Tarwana, you know, Chechi Mune Museveni. How more foolish can you be? You know? Somebody who says something like that. Because you don't know what it takes to fight a dictatorship. You don't know the sacrifices involved at a personal level.
Don't talk about democracy and stand 4 times and then on the 5th time you tell people democracy doesn't work. We believe it works.
Welcome back. I'm still addressing the issues in the country of Uganda because, first of all, my people, we have to agree about this. Election should be a democratic way of everyone going to make his decision. But why are we making election to be like war? Because our African leaders have turned the election process to look like now they are going to fight. They are going to, why don't you just make it look like a competition? Because all that is happening here, we are the people, and we need to see this happening as competition, whereby if these people are going to contest in this election period, when the time comes, when it comes to an end, then people have to come out celebrate the victory of the person that they have elected, but not coming out to fight against the two parties. But that is what has been happening across Africa since Africa started to practice this so-called democratic way of electing their leaders. Now, today, all that is happening in this country of Uganda is something that people came earlier to address, that we need to see peace. We need at least for once to see people in the country of Uganda making their own decision and the decision being respected by the leaders, but not the leaders coming out to make the decision of their own towards the people. Because freedom means a lot. When we say that we need freedom, we need change in Africa, we no longer only speaking about who leader to come and govern the country. We're no longer just coming out to maybe to give the reasons to why people need to elect someone else, but we are trying to speak in many ways so that the government have to respect the decisions that has been made by their people. Now, many youth rallied behind Bobi Wine, and many people who are, I can call it older generations, they were rallying behind Yoweri Museveni, because Uganda has been split into two. We are having some the older generation who are still believing in Yoweri Museveni, even if he rigged the election, but he's still having a large number of people who are still believing in him. So he's still having his supporters, and the same to Bobi Wine. He's still having his own supporters. And now, we understand that before the election day in country of Uganda, the internet was shut down. And I remember Larry Mado coming out to urge the people of Uganda that you are going to be on black spot. But what we request from you is that make sure that you record everything that will happen in this country during this period of election, so that when the internet will be restored, you will be able to share to the journalists across Africa, so that the truth must be exposed so that the world can be able to see all that happened during that period of election under the dark room. And that is what people did. And now, people have been coming out saying that all that is being spread across internet saying that Bobby Wine won the election as just stories or fake news and AI generation. But now, Bobby Wine himself has come out to expose this news and these results on his social media accounts. So this means that it's not about who spread these results or this news. But now, for Bobby Wine to come out and report or post all this news, this is something that has been verified. Because I remember during the time the people are trying to say that Bobby Wine has been abducted, because it was false information. Bobby Wine himself came out to tell the people that he was not abducted, but he's in a safer place, whereby he went to hide himself because his life was in danger. Now, the people from Uganda have come out to break their silence because they're feeling like they have been denied their freedom and their justice. They woke up in the morning to go and make their own decision, knowing whom the person they wanted to be their leader in this country for the next 5 years. So they are so surprised to see all that the result that they are getting is not what they expected. It's not what they voted for. I saw yesterday Yoweri Museveni in public coming to assure the people that he was so sure that this election he was to win, and he was trying to tell the people that all that the opposition got, it was just that they got the luck, because they were not even supposed to get all they get, because the majority voted for him, and he is claiming that the Ugandans loves him. And when you go through the comment section of these videos, people are crying out, and these are the people who are only speaking through the comments, through the videos, but they cannot come out to speak the truth in public, because when you do this in Uganda, your life is in danger. So even for the majority of people who came out to vote for Museveni, they never did this because they wanted, but they did this because they were in fear. The country of Uganda, or the government of Uganda, is a dictative government, whereby no one is able or allowed to come out and make decision or question the government. And this is what the dictator means. This is what we are asking Africans. We are not only talking about Uganda, because Uganda will not be the last country to conduct election. Next year we are having election in the country of Kenya, and we are having several countries who are planning for the next elections. So when we come out to stop all this that is being done in Africa or in Uganda, in Tanzania, this means that we are trying to stop all this to be spread across other countries in Africa, so that when the time of election comes, people will be able to make their own choice freely without being intimidated or being threatened. So this will make Africa, at least during the time of election, to going in a competition but not in war, as how we are experiencing things happening today. So my people from Uganda, all we need, we are not telling you that we have to go out and maybe cause chaos, fight, but you have the right to come out and demand your justice, demand your freedom, demand the transparency in everything that happened, because this is your country. This is the time that you have to make the choice. I'm not saying that Bobby Wine was the person who was expected. Maybe Museveni, even if he would have just come out to conduct the free and fair election, maybe he would have just won the election. But because of all that happened, people cannot believe that he won the election. That's the problem. Even if he really won it fairly, but today he cannot come out and convince the people that he won it fairly. So all that we are requesting, this is for the people of Uganda, from Uganda and from their diaspora, because I've seen even the Ugandans diaspora are coming out to reject the results that were announced, because they believe that maybe Museveni was not the one who won this election. So all that we, as the people from outside, we can tell is that try to maintain peace, because after all, life will move on. Life will continue. Tomorrow we expect to be alive again. So let's find a way on how to protest against this. If you believe that all that's happening is not what you expected, it is not what you made as a decision, then find a way on how to find your own justice. Speak your voice, because if you don't do this, no one else will come to do this. We heard some governments that passed and people complained, people suffered. So we cannot continue to sitting down here and watching the same things happening in current generation. These are different generation. We don't tolerate all this nonsense, all that is happening with our rogue and greedy African leaders who only think of the power but not the people, not the interest of their countries. We will not sit down as Africans and watch all this happening before our eyes. There are some people who fought for freedom and justice in these countries, who died, paid their life for this freedom that we are requesting. And we can no longer continue living, experiencing all that is happening by our leaders who are not there for the African interests. Tell me your views on the comment section. I'll make sure that I respond to each and every comment that pops in my comment section, and be blessed wherever you're from.